Yeah, I don't know medicine. He dead.
He dead.
He dead.
At least you aren't killed by a vampire.
So, the real question is he gonna turn into a vampire?
Let's hope so.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Do we get a roll to see if we can know that, Wrath?
Tyraneus. You can make a... what check would it be? I think it would...
Arcana, history, maybe nature.
Yeah,
I
either
can do history.
I could say Arcana or history, either one.
Okay,
One is like the lore, or religion
they're
in your
the
case,
same.
Gumby, in your case you could do religion as well if you wish. Or, it's or.
17!
It's, well... I'm most proficient in religion. 14. What? Oh, religion is only +3.
Says you have...
You said it's history, religion, what else?
Oh my gosh. History, religion, and Arcana.
Not
Dolos
Arcana.
with the 20.
Good. My usual perception.
Okay, Drake, Amboy, Dolos. What you know about vampires is what most people know about vampires. Most people consider vampires to be, well, mythological, to say the least. There are way more people who believe in the gods than they ever believe in vampires. There are way more people who believe that dragons are still alive than vampires, and most people haven't seen a dragon for 100 years. So vampires are, what you know, rare. What you have heard is if you are killed by a vampire's bite, you will rise as a vampire in, people say, 1 day, some say a week. So you do know that if you are bitten by a vampire, that is going to happen. The question that you have to ask yourself is this a vampire or not? And that is something you cannot give an answer to.
Didn't we counter vampires? No, that was werewolves. Big difference.
Okay, well, I suggest time is of the essence. We should go ahead and tie up his body. Do you think your church can do something about this? Is he dead for good?
They're gonna tie up Ty.
What does he think? Is there a way to bring him back?
I said you before, there is a way to bring him back.
It just costs a lot of money.
And I'm sure of this, so I just tell him.
You are certain that it can be done.
And the question is how much?
You know it has been done. So it can be done, but if it will work this time or anything, you haven't actually ever done it yourself, so you don't know how it works.
Well,
that's what I relay.
Let's tie him up, and I guess we'll go back to town.
Tie him up.
Yeah, let's tie him up and go back to town, I guess.
So just head back down?
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
You bringing him with you, or are you...
Yes, we're bringing him with us. I'm assuming we're gonna need the body.
Yeah, probably.
So you basically tie him up. And...
Little tiny, like present knot.
around his head.
Around his head.
You make it out of the tower. By now it's night.
Okay.
Like middle of the night.
Wait, we took a long rest like 5 minutes ago. Why would it be night?
Because your schedule has been a little effed up. I think you have taken like a short rest, one long rest.
Right, but you need a break. Rest. So we took 2 long rests, but the way that long rests work is you can't take more than one every 24 hours. So theoretically, unless we go for longer than a day, which we didn't, we went shorter than a day, a long rest would always end in the morning.
So, but you have at least 2 long rests already. So
right,
so it's been 3 days.
Right, so it's been like 3 days, but it should still be early morning.
Late morning, early midday.
Okay.
As you walk out in the sun with your
Does Ty start burning?
Tyraneus. He doesn't.
Okay.
He's
So I'm not
bleeding.
sure if that's...
Well, not anymore.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Means he's not a vampire?
Yet. Alright, so we go back to Hemera.
It takes a day to get into Hemera from this position. You have to trek a little bit through the forest, then get him on the cart back to Hemera. On the way, people are kind of looking at you strangely.
Why? He's in the cart. They can't see him.
There are 3 guys sitting on top of a cart. 2 of them look pretty decent. The third of them is still kind of pretty tired.
He looks like crap.
Yes.
And if they could see his chest, it would be all purple.
Okay, so we get back to Hemera. Gumby, you need to find your peeps.
Ty, you, Drake, Gumby, Dolos, you put him in linen or something? Like,
Yeah.
Cover him up, I guess, whatever we've got.
yeah.
Yeah, protect me from the sun, please.
We'll just keep a smell out for smoke.
So Dolos is like continuously looking for smoke. With his great perception. As you roll
As he's looking the opposite direction of Ty.
as you roll into Hemera.
I can't see smoke, the smoke is blocking it.
Gumby.
Yeah.
Go ahead, what do you want to do? Specifically.
Well, I'm going to the temple.
So, you ride the car to the temple.
Yeah, so,
You
you
talk
want me
to
to, like,
whoever's in
say what
charge.
Yeah, just play along. Or play it out.
Yeah. Wait, say again. What are we doing? Because I have stuff going on in the background. So we're sending something to them, or we're there.
No, you're
We're in
currently...
Hemera to talk to
You are
your
at Hemera.
to your people about bringing Toby or Tyraneus back to life.
Exactly. So I'm at the temple.
Yes.
Does anybody greet me?
You are greeted by like a couple of basic clerics when you enter the temple. But it's more as a passing greeting. It's like, welcome, welcome.
Well, they know who I am.
Yeah, it's like welcome. Basic greeting, nothing spectacular.
Okay. I need to talk to somebody about reviving a dead person. He got killed by a vampire, and we do not want him to turn.
The cleric, he looks at you, and you can see his eyes widen when you mention revive a guy. He's like, okay, kind of bad. Who's killed by a vampire? He's like, oh shit. So you can see him dart off to the back. 2 other come close. They say, bring him inside immediately.
Okay. I bring him over my shoulder, I guess. Making sure to keep his mouth very far away from my neck.
Drake, make a perception check.
Okay.
What about like me and everybody else?
Do I have
that's
advantage because I'm
looking at him?
specifically looking out for signs that he may or may not be a vampire?
Sure. That seems like a good way.
$23. Almost a crit.
So you take his body, you kind of look at it with like a sharp eye. He doesn't move, which is reassuring, I guess, in this case. As you walk to him inside, Gumby, a higher of the cleric, he walks up to you. He says, you needed help with resurrecting a vampire?
Victim.
Yeah, vampire victim. He's not a vampire
Oh,
yet.
that makes sense. This can be arranged. Of course, we have a certain pricing. We have a certain way we do this. First off, we try to contact the spirit. We need about 2,000 gold for that.
Okay.
We contact the spirit.
200 plats.
We contact 200 plat. We contact the spirit to see if the spirit is able to make the travel and willing. We have done resurrection spells a couple of times before where the spirit wasn't willing. It was kind of messy. You don't want that. So that's where your 2,000 gold will go to. If the spirit is willing, the resurrection can be done between now and a year from now.
Okay.
He would be restored to his original condition, right?
Then he would be restored in his original condition. If you try it later, then there are chances that there will be some weird changes.
Okay. So the sooner the better.
Has he died before?
Actually, yes.
Has he what? Has he died before? Yeah.
Well, you guys wouldn't know this. Only I would know this.
Yeah.
Only I would know this. I would say yes. He was apparently brought back by a messenger from the gods.
Well, then
I'm surprised.
He's like he stands there in front of him. He's like, normally speaking, bringing someone back from the dead when he has already died is more difficult. But I've never heard of this case before, so I don't know. By now, he's more in his own mind thinking this through. And he starts walking away, and he says over his shoulder, just follow me with the body. We'll go into a separate room where we will start the first ritual when you have paid, of course.
Okay, Ty, how much money do you have before you died? Because I don't have enough.
Much, because we haven't been given him.
Well, it's just 200 gold, right?
No,
2,000.
2,000 gold.
2,000, yeah. Well, I've got 37 platinum pieces.
Okay.
57 gold, and then 55 silver. 8
How many?
copper.
Okay, so how much platinum?
It's about 400.
How much platinum does Dolos have?
I guess I have to tell. 127.
Oh my gosh! So we have enough money.
My money. But just go to a good cause, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're a thief, but you know that, you're buying life. That's pretty important. And you'll have Ty. Ty will pay us back with interest in the future.
Plus, Ty, it's more like Ty has... For Dolos himself, it's like Ty has saved him a couple of times.
He gave me potions, which did not save me, but it helped.
It helped. It didn't make you die.
Well, technically, you could have died without them.
Yeah, definitely.
I could have.
So, we'll just say Ty has, 42 total platinum?
37.
Plus 5 from the gold.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so, Gumby, how much platinum do you have?
8.
You're rich.
Okay, so that's 50 total? Between you two?
Oh, by the way, I have all my gems still. The 3 malachite gems.
Oh.
The 3 amber gems. The 1 carnelian gem.
It's fine. We couldn't get them. We could get them switched off, but we'll just say what you owe us. So.
Yeah.
So Ty, you have a total of 42. Gumby has 8, so that's 50. So the 150 that's remaining, we'll just say the two of us will split. So 75.
Do I get an employee?
Is there an
discount?
Is there an employee discount?
he looks at you and says, "You know better than to ask that question."
Okay.
I know. We're a church. We're not after money. We just need to make our expenses.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, so I fork up 75 platinum.
You see me like trembling as
I'm trembling too.
We're both like.
He owes me 100 platinum.
I'll write that down with the stuff that he owes me. Or you have a specific booklet for that sort of
Well,
stuff?
I'm very confident that he wants to come back though, because I know there's a few people he wants to kill. So
Yeah, I think there's a lot of motivation for coming back.
So you two spend all your platinum. Dolos and I give 75 each. Son of a gun.
I get
I
the
feel
referee.
like if I died, you guys would just let me die and get a new assassin.
No, if you had enough money on you, I'd let you live.
Wow! So, Dolos, I hear a couple of assassinations coming within a couple of minutes?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm not saying, by the way.
If he can afford it, I will willingly spend it to bring him back. But I don't know if I'd spend much of my own. Okay, so he has the money. We're gonna do this
I'll just
immediately.
steal it back later.
You're just gonna steal. You're gonna steal from the church. Okay.
Hey, I'm not religious. I don't say this out loud, by the way. That's just my mind. I'm thinking it.
Hey, if you give it back to me, I won't mind.
Why would I?
Just like, hey, here's 50 platinum. You just take the other 25.
So you go into the room, and an older cleric comes in. You could say he's a veteran of being a cleric. He has been a cleric for all his life, and he has become very good at clericing. Whatever that may be.
Cleric face?
Clerky McClurk is that. It is.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
He's a clerky guy.
Yeah.
Clerky.
His parents kind of doomed
Parents
him from
were
the beginning.
clerk.
You enter the room. You basically have laid all the coins you have given to the man. You have given all of the coins to him. You are inside this room, and after behind you, he enters, closes the door, and the door is fully locked. He grabs a little pouch that he has, lays it on top of the floor, unfolds it. So it's a small carpet with smack down in the middle is the sign of your goddess.
What of my goddess?
A sign of your goddess. So basically
okay.
sigil that she uses.
Sure.
He sits down and he says, "All right, this is how it's going to work, and this is also the reason why it's kind of expensive. We don't like to bring the dead to us. That's not how we work. We work. The spell that I'm going to use is going to put all of us in a demi-plane, and it'll ask your friend to come there as well. I am nothing but a conduit. You do all the work."
Okay.
So he sits, he takes a deep breath as the sign on the cloth and the sign that he carries with him both start shining. And the entire room becomes blinding at first, and then searing hot in such a fashion that you feel it first on your skin, and then it just seeps in deep into your bones, that even you, Drake, have never felt fire like this. It is a different form of fire. as the entire room becomes more and more light. And suddenly you are more or less floating in an endless space of pure light. The cleric in front of you, he kind of waves with his hand while still mostly focusing to go ahead.
Okay. I guess we go ahead.
What do you mean by go ahead?
Well, what did he mean by go ahead? Do we shout? Do we... Nothing was explained. He just kind of started doing the spell.
Yes, yeah.
So
What's around us?
can we
Do we just see light?
Around you is light everywhere. You are floating in white light. It's hot, but it's not uncomfortable anymore. Well, initially it was pretty uncomfortable.
Okay, I guess I shout out for Ty.
Go ahead.
Ty! Tyraneus!
What up?
Can you hear me?
Over here.
You
Okay.
kind of look
We're
behind
here.
you, and there Ty comes. It's not necessarily Ty as you know him. He is less druidy and more ghosty.
Okay.
Through?
Yosh! Okay, so now Ty's here. It's like, Ty, you willing to come back? You gotta take care of some things?
There's lots to be taken care of, yes.
So he wants to come back, that's good. So, going... I don't know, does he go in his I don't... Like, we weren't told anything.
So, from the moment you say, Ty, you say, yes, I would like to go back. The cleric in front, the cleric in question opens his eyes. He says, alright, step 1 complete. As he drops his spell, all of you are suddenly, again, in the middle of a room. Ty, of course, not there. He says, that's part 1 of this.
Awesome.
That was relatively easy. Usually the dead are more, I don't know, less wanting to come back.
Because
Yeah.
heaven's so great?
They continuously say it's pretty great up there.
And how
Well,
is
something.
the darker places? Like, you know, people who steal a lot. And...
By the way, when this spell was going on, Dolos, were you like trying to get the money back?
The money isn't there.
Okay.
He says we don't usually deal with them. Our lady, yeah, she basically won't give us the ability to do the spell if she knows that a creature is evil.
I'm just asking for a friend who needs a friend.
I bet you are.
Yes, I am. You better believe it.
So that was the first 200 plat. You now have a 10,000 platinum worth of spell that you still have
cost
to fork up.
10,000. Awesome.
10,000
10?
platinum?
No, 10,000
No.
gold. It's
Oh.
Yeah, 1,000.
One
Oh,
day
so it's
platinum.
1,000. Oh,
1,000 plat, 10,000 gold for the
Okay.
actual resurrection.
Well,
that was nice. That would have been nice to know.
I told
Yeah.
you. I actually 100% told you.
Mm,
Yeah.
I didn't hear
I
anything
only
about
heard
10,000.
about
I only heard about the
the-
2,000 gold.
I said the 2,000 is the basic. 2,000 gold is the basic spell of hello, do you want to come back?
Yeah, I knew
Then
that.
the 10,000 gold for actually bringing a person back.
I never heard the 10,000 gold part.
I am
I
fairly
didn't
certain
hear
I
it
did
either,
tell
but-
you, but
No, I didn't hear the 10,000 gold part. I only heard the first part would be 2,000.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
we
first part
really know
2,000. Okay, well, we got a year to do this.
yet. Well,
Can't you bring it back now? It's not like I'm going anywhere.
well, what can you give?
Nothing worth 10,000.
your body.
How far can you come?
Wait, what? I'm confused.
How far
I
to
want to point out in the
10,000 can you
base
actually
game.
come?
In the base game, it's 1,000 gold to resurrect someone, and he increased the price by 12,000.
Resurrection. A sprinkle
12
of holy
times.
water and diamonds worth of total of at least 10,000. Components. Pure components. That's what I see here.
Resurrection is a 7th level necromancy spell, unless that's is different than what I'm looking at, because it says a diamond
Probably.
worth 1,000 gold.
This one is more expensive.
Yeah, is it homemade?
No. It's actually from D&D. It may be an earlier version, but
Yeah, so
still D&D.
no, but if it's an older version of D&D, the amount of money is different.
Still. I don't...
Because the resurrection spell in the book that I'm looking at is 1,000 gold.
It's going to be more expensive.
Right, well, it's 2,000.
In my world... No, I don't... The thing to me is... Resurrection is too easy. 1k and you're resurrected. In the actual game, you can get 1k in... Well, not long at all.
Right.
So, resurrection is expensive here.
Right.
The max I will do is half it to 5. But even then.
Well, my whole thing then is, why on earth would we ever resurrect? We'd always just write up new characters, and then our characters would just become cannon fodder, because we wouldn't care. Right? Like, I wouldn't have spent 2,000 gold. I wouldn't have been willing to spend 2,000 gold if it was going to be like this.
Yeah, because we wouldn't be able to.
Like, the amount of money is so high, it's just not worth it.
Says you.
Yes. I'm sorry, where is the 10,000 gold going to come from?
Hard work and dedication.
From...
Yeah, but it's gonna take a while.
It's
By
like
the
on
time
one
we
part
have a
you
new
on one
character,
part
right?
you have a point, on the other part I don't want resurrection to be easy. I think resurrection should be something that should be difficult. It should
Right,
be
but I don't
a high
know...
goal and not like, oh, I died. Well, I'll just resurrect myself because whatever. And to me, 1,000 goals feels like, you know what, I can get that very quickly. I'll just resurrect myself.
Well, you can't because you're
I'll
dead.
do the most stupid things I can imagine because I can be resurrected anyway.
But you
But
said
then-
you
but-
can only
but
be
remember too,
resurrected,
Rat,
like a
like-
few times.
Most, what is it you said, Golf? Like, most people won't even see like 100 gold in their lifetime.
Yeah. But, yeah,
So-
it's like... I think 10,000 gold.
Alright, we're going to increase it as the more time you die.
I would not disagree with that.
Okay, that's better.
I want to point out that
So
he died the same day.
No, I mean, if you die multiple times and need to be resurrected multiple times, it'll get more expensive and more difficult to actually work correctly.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
already paid 2k.
The normal
Well,
resurrection
let's-
spell is 1,000 gold.
Let's down that by 1,000 and make 1,000 or 1,500 for a resurrection.
So we're still short 500 gold?
If you don't have 1k, yes. So it's
52
basically-
plat.
You paid 1 for the speaking, which basically confirms everything. Like, not only is this person willing, he's also able to come back.
Mm-hmm. And
That
that's 1,500.
Yeah, and then 1,000 more, or 1,500. Let's make it 1,000 more.
Okay, so we've covered it then.
No, 500 more. I need 1,500 total, so 500 more for the resurrection itself.
Okay,
Both
25.
pay 25.
Yep.
That's
I-
the total.
And we'll just
barely
increase it
got
by
enough.
1,000 every time.
I think it'll increase a little bit more.
Then 1,000? Jeez, you think we're made of money?
How about we start at 1,000 and then we'll just, like, I don't know, double it every time? I don't know. What's fair? Or we'll just increase it by 1,000 every time.
Well, it's 1,000 base cost. It's
That's
1,000.
the 1,000 is too linear. It doesn't make it like dying is more problematic.
We'll figure out a
It's, like,
formula
as
later.
Problematic.
Right now, we'll
okay.
just call it. We'll call it
Yeah.
2,500 for both spells.
Yeah.
So we've got the money. Gumby and I both spent 1,000 on this. Or not Gumby. Dolos and I both spent 1,000 platinum on this.
Hey, use your
100.
perception for where the money goes.
Actually, I probably would do that.
Yeah, you would do
Try
that
it.
anyway.
Do I have advantage
Try it.
because it's money?
No.
Darn it. I'm concerned about Ty, apparently.
I'm just gonna look.
Watch you roll a natural 20.
I'm gonna try, even though my hand is in
That
front
would
of
be
my
so
eyes.
interesting.
Oh.
What are we rolling for?
They're just
You're
rolling
not-
to see where the money goes to.
Yeah, because we both spent 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
You
okay.
wouldn't be that interested in it.
Yeah.
So, the gold has been gathered,
Mm-hmm.
and they move Tyraneus' body. They move him in a different room. They dress him in very basic clothing, and then just lay him there. 4 clerics enter, and they basically ask you to leave.
Me
Okay.
too.
You too.
So we leave.
It's mostly because of the danger that resurrection can occur if there are other people around it. So, we're going to Tyraneus' spirit, basically, who's just floating around on its way, currently, to the afterlife. It hasn't been too long, so he's still on its way, making his way,
He's on the boat. Down the
Yeah.
River 6.
sort of. Or whatever it is in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So, he is on its way. And at that moment, Ty, there is a light, a white light floating out of your vision, or just within your vision, to your left. It is enticing you.
Okay.
And Thais ignores it, and we spent 2,000. Thing.
Well, remember, going towards the light is not necessarily a good thing in this case.
You follow? Ty?
Did it suddenly appear?
It is more or less suddenly appeared in a kind of normal environment. Are you going to follow?
Yes.
Okay, so you move up to it, and you're staring at it. It is pretty. It is a pretty light. It feels warm, both to the touch, but also warm inside. As your hand slowly moves forward, touching it, and the exact moment that you touch the light, you are taken up into the sky of sorts, and the area around you widens, and you come up to a certain point where you stand back on marble, thick marble slabs in an equal square, and in the middle of those marble slabs sits a young-looking woman with white clothing, finely woven, silk probably. And from the lines of, or within the fully white clothing, there are slight lines of all sorts of different colors. But they are very fine and they're just single strands. She looks at you.
I bow and say, lady.
She doesn't bow, but she gives you a slight head nod. As she says, this is your second time of dying?
So it would seem.
But you are not yet ready, I presume.
There are those that need to be hunted.
Those that you think need to be hunted. Your kin.
They invite it upon themselves.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, less so.
And that's why those who've still have lived.
Very few. She looks at you, she says, "You have been revived already. It is not in our way to keep sending you, or anyone else for that matter, back. I require something more substantial. So, I have a deal for you."
Then speak your demands.
I know that you are one of the forest. A druid, known with magical energies, magical powers.
The Forest is a powerful place.
Indeed it is. But the forest also needs warriors. And I need warriors. So how about both of us make a pact between you and your forest, and me and my light?
But it isn't my forest.
It is true, but you fight for it. You protect it.
As best I can.
Therefore, I think you can at least claim a little bit. Even if it is slight.
And what would you have me do?
Mostly, you did fine on your own. The only thing I ask of you is to fight and search out more specific enemies.
Such as?
Those that killed you. Just now.
You mean vampires?
Also, I'm more or less speaking about the undead in itself. And while she speaks about the undead, her demeanor changes slightly. It is the light around you that was pleasant becomes harder, harsher, and more burning. All of those who live in the darkness must die. You fought one kind that likes to live in the darkness, either by choice or by necessity. You can bring them the light, either by the sword or in a more positive way.
Okay, well, I have a question outside of character here.
Yeah.
Since my alignment's chaotic neutral, it sort of goes against my alignment.
Why?
Chaotic neutral?
Taking care of undead does not go against chaotic neutral.
It's picking sides, isn't it?
I
Maybe
mean,
you're already pro forest. That is a side.
You already have picked a side pro forest. You also have picked a side anti-drow.
Yeah, but with the forest, I don't pick between, which saving good versus saving the evil, right? Everything gets saved in the forest, except for monsters. And as far as the drow is concerned, that's one of my failings. So it's not necessarily a way of my alignment, though.
So it is basically your choice.
Yeah, well, and if you can hate the drow, you can hate the undead. I mean, an undead killed you, they're also kind of a scourge. I mean, given that you're a druid, you're all about life and nature. And I think the undead go against that, right?
The undead go against, one of the fundamental rules of nature. Everything must die. So in that case, yes.
Okay, fair enough. But,
You you're asked to kill undead. I mean, it's kind of like we've been killing undead a lot in this game.
Okay, I'll do it, but I'm not. I'll not become one of your followers.
She looks sideways a little bit. She's kind of looking straight at you. You can feel her almost plucking at your inner self. And then after a while she nods. She says, okay. If that is your wish, if that is the way you wish to do it, then that is the way we'll do it.
Agreed.
You go now with my blessing. I hope I don't have to see you here again.
For a while.
Thanks.
I bow and thank her and agree that I hope I don't return.
So at the moment that you bow and basically agreed, you fall. You fall from high up. As you come down, you kind of recognize the shape of this continent. And you keep falling and keep falling. You recognize the shape of the Finner Alliance. You can see the forests of everywhere. You can see the iron tips. You can see the specific kingdoms all around. You can see the vast deserts to the east. And you keep falling through the roof of this church as you hit your own body. Your eyes open up. There is silence around you. You can feel your own body again. You can feel the cold of the stone where you're lying upon. But mostly you just feel alive. That's it.
Excellent, I'm alive.
It's alive!
So the doors open after what has been around an hour. Four tired clerics stumble out. As you can see, Tyraneus sitting there in very normal clothes. Sitting there on a stone bed of sorts.
So we see him now?
Yeah, make a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, apart
Oh,
from
I am ready
Ty.
for him to come back. I'm watching the door.
Dolos?
He's still looking for money.
To be expected.
Where is it?
Gumby, you are the only one who notices two points within Tyraneus' neck. They are both scars.
Okay.
Do you point that out?
Well, don't we kind of know that he's been bitten there?
Yes, but do you point out that there are scars there? Does it feel unnatural, like there may be a curse?
Exactly, does it? Would I roll something for that?
You can roll Arcana, but...
Okay.
You could always just cast Remove Curse on him.
They seem like your basic scars, really. Nothing weird about them.
Okay. Well, I can talk to the clerics about it too and see what they think. So for now, I won't say anything.
Okay, so we can walk up to him, right?
You can walk up to him. I notice it. I pause, and then I'm gonna go in and talk to like the clerics.
Okay.
Okay,
the
so you ask one of the clerics. Good. As the rest of you just move in to look at Ty.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say like, or do you want me to say something, or do you want them to
Yeah.
say something?
Say something.
So I'll ask the clerics. Like, I noticed that he still has scars from the bite. Is that gonna affect him in any way?
The resurrection was completely successful. There shouldn't, or we would almost say there can't be any actual effects. It's probably something he was given to remind him, or we don't know, but it cannot harm him.
And we're sure of this.
As
He
sure as
says,
one can be.
I am sure about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll walk
Um.
back out.
So I'm gonna walk up to Ty, and I'm gonna ask him, "How you feeling?"
Oh, sorry, one sec.
There's our Ty.
Wait, please.
Okay, I say, well, I'm dazed. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Okay. So I put my hand on his shoulder with a little squeeze and an obviously forced smile, and I say, "Well, at least you're alive, and I hope you snap out of it soon because you owe Dolos and I 1,500 gold apiece."
What, a piece?
Yeah.
Sorry, how much did you say?
1,500 gold apiece.
So you're
like,
getting a
wait
profit out of
minute.
this?
Yes.
So you do hear that, boy.
Yeah, and I
let's
say,
be
wait
honest.
a minute.
You wouldn't be liking that at all.
It's a loan.
For a slave, actually.
It's a loan to save your life. I mean,
Tyraneus.
come on.
I'd give you advantage on your next attack as a bear. If you change
Against
right
me.
now.
It would work against me, but
Rip
I
his
want to
tail
say
off.
I want to say two things. Firstly, as a druid, he's not attached to money. Secondly, I did spend a lot of money to bring him back from the dead. And a
But it
loan,
wasn't 1,500 gold.
I know, but it's a loan
You
with
take
interest.
up a loan with a person who is conscious. If you're going around with someone who is completely drunk and say, "I'll loan you $1. If you pay me back 100 tomorrow, here's a contract sign," it's also void. So yeah,
It's void in modern society.
it's void even then.
No, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be.
Probably would.
Well, Ty doesn't know how much money was spent.
I'll tell him.
not yet.
Dolos doesn't have any complaints.
Dolos doesn't have any complaints.
I just-
He would
just
steal
want
from
my
a
money.
freaking church.
Anyway, Dolos, why don't you see about how much it would cost to get yourself healed?
Ask the clerics if
He's like, one of the clerics is like, "Well, I can heal you for about 50 gold, but time will heal this as well."
Do you have an idea how much time?
Bruises, they will heal. It's just kind of inconvenient until they do.
Well, Raph,
I don't have broken bones anymore.
if we
No,
spend
you don't.
if we spend a couple weeks, well, theoretically, if he gets enough XP to level, and we spend, if we stop right now and got our XP for what we've done so far, is that possible?
No, since the tower isn't cleared yet.
Okay.
How much do we still need?
From that point on, you still have a little bit on that same floor, and then 1-2 actual floors of quote-unquote danger, and then it's the top floor.
Why don't we spend like 3 days or something in Himera? Like the two of you kind of recuperate, and then we'll head back. How does that sound? Hello?
I think that would be a good idea for me, at least.
Okay, we'll spend 3 days. I'll subtract some money from my immense amount I have now. All 78 gold out of my 1,000 I used to have. Okay, I guess we're gonna stay fair for 3 days, Wrath.
Alright. You'll stay in this city for 3 days.
Do you want me to relearn anything?
In the 3 days,
or
nothing
unlearn
happens.
and learn something?
Well, Dolos, how much platinum do you have?
This is in-game, right?
Yeah.
Is this in-game?
Dolos, how much platinum do you have?
I'll just say 27.
You have 27? Well, Wrath, does the Revivify spell, like, as written, work?
Revivify is like
So-
you can revive someone if he hasn't been dead for more than
A minute.
hour or so.
Day.
A minute.
Or a minute, yeah.
It probably works the same. Where is that?
So
thing?
I can unlearn Call Lightning.
No,
'cause I
keep
don't really
Call Lightning.
do- Then what do I get rid of?
Whatever you want.
but not call lightning.
I have not used Shield of Faith like ever.
So you get rid of that. And then,
Okay.
Let's shoot a
Dolos, give your
Plus
27...
2 to AC.
Give your 27 platinum to him, I'll give 3 platinum to him, and then that's... No, wait. Yeah, that's right. So it's and then he can go buy 300 platinum worth of diamonds. So that'll let him do the spell once.
30 platinum worth of diamonds, you mean?
Yeah, you're right. I meant 300 gold.
Yeah, 300
300 gold worth of diamonds. So that next time this happens, we won't have to spend almost 10 times the amount that we'd have to spend for Revivify.
It's
Right.
5 times the amount.
I guess this is for
Well,
the
next time
for
it'll
the
be 3
team,
times
right?
the amount, yeah.
What?
What?
What was that?
Mainly for the team, right? Or everyone but Gumby.
Yeah, because if Gumby dies, then he can't really use it on himself.
Yeah. But I'll still have the diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
money's still there.
yeah, the money's still there.
Add it to my as in.
Yep.